Hello and welcome to the Video Pro. I am Boomsmack and he's St.P. And together we make and review mashups. Today we are taking a look at one of our own creations entitled Shake Undone. This is a mashup of The Cure's 1984 release, Shake Dog Shake, and Duran Duran's Come Undone, released in 1993. What do you think about that, St.P.? Everything seems to rhyme. What's up?
I think it's fantastic, man.
I like your shades.
Yeah, you got some great shades too, man. It's pretty shady.
Were you familiar with these before we did the mashup, or did you become familiar with them by making them?
Oh, yeah, for sure. I knew both songs really well. One of the patches on my Digitech pedal has a Come Undone preset.
Nice.
And I always loved that sound. You know, Come Undone was, the second single on that wedding album. It was kind of like their comeback.
I think Ordinary World was first, and that was...
Ordinary World was first, which I thought was fantastic. Some of my earliest memories were of Duran Duran, like borrowing, you know, my older sister's Walkman and listening to like Seven and the Ragged Tiger or, you know, the Reflex, all that stuff.
The flex.
I would just walk up and down the street with that Walkman on and just like jamming out.
I was listening to the radio and I heard it and I thought I was hearing a new Cure song. For about 10 seconds, I thought Come Undone was new Cure.
It's got, you know, that guitar patch is really, I mean, it's pretty lush and there's a lot of modulation in there. If there wasn't quite so much, I would think, yeah, that's kind of a Cure type chorusy kind of guitar patch. But
I feel like if John and Simon hung out, that bass line could have come from either one of them. I think that's the key to why I think it sounds Cure-ish, is the bass line. And I think that's why it works for the mashup. Shake Dog Shake is actually slower. It's got a BPM of 166, while Come Undone is 174. And then you got a key of A flat and C.
Typically, if you hear it in your head, you know, it's going to work.
Shake Dog Shake's almost a full minute longer, too.
Good thing we're not doing the mixed up version. Yeah, let's throw it up.
Let's do it. I had to use an orange when I thought about making the video. I was like, I got to use...
There we go. There we go. Throw the wig.
That moment changed my life because Robert's hair was such a big deal to me at the time.
I know, right? It was almost bigger than, you know, James Hetfield, you know, the other guys in Metallica.
When they shaved their hair, I was like, oh, Newstead with short hair didn't look right. By the way, did you know that they filmed in orange in 2 days?
Yeah.
I'm like, how did you get that crane shot? There's an audience standing there.
Yeah, exactly. Because that's what Tim wanted, 2 days of filming.
He's a genius.
Yeah.
My mother visited that arena and took pictures, and she was just casually hanging out, and I'm like, you were there.
Wait, Simon and Simon. Right there, overlaid. Gotta love it.
When I layer the video like that, I like to make one of them black and white so it seems to pop better.
That's one of the things that I kind of look out for too, doing transitions in parts. Mm-hmm. If the melody's changing a little bit or key changes or whatever, it's trying to make sure that it just hits.
I think being a drummer helps me do my end with the rhythm, and then I think being a music theorist on your end helps you.
So growing up, we all had to play instruments. We did the Suzuki method, which is basically like you focus on your ear training and memorization. So from a pretty early age, like my ears became pretty sensitive. When I'm going through and transposing the vocals, you know, whether it's Robert or Dave or, you know, anybody.
Rick.
Yeah, I mean, anybody. It's like, I don't just snap to the scale.
Oh yeah.
You have to kind of drag because they don't sing perfectly.
The analog slide.
You can't just robotically go in there and snap everything to the scale because it's gonna sound bad. You're trying to make 2 songs or however many songs you put into a mashup. You're trying to make them sound seamless. And if you're doing this T-Pain kind of stuff where you have all sorts of anomalies in there, it just doesn't work. So it's something you really have to approach with care. I know this one was a lot of fun. I mean, the other thing is that I think being a Cure fan, I know Robert's voice well enough.
You're so familiar with it that you can
keep everything in key, or at least as close to in key as possible. I mean, if you know Robert, he likes to detune things to make things sound, proper and make things work. So sometimes it's not 100% in key, and you kind of have to drag it. It all depends on the track. Come Undone was, very proper, studio. Like everything is like kind of pristine because it was digital. That's where everything was really, getting away from analog, and you can tell the production is just like really ramping up. But by the time the Wedding album came out, I mean, it was just, everything was just perfect. Shake Dog Shake, not so much. If you try to transpose things just a little bit too much, it's not believable. I'd love to get more feedback on, people listening, and how did this mashup sound to your ears? Did it sound seamless? Did it sound forced? What did you like about it? What did you not like about it? Those are the kind of comments that I'm really looking forward to hearing, hopefully.
Me too. How natural it sounded.
Yeah.
How well it went.
Because ultimately, that's what we're after. We want it to sound like these songs were always meant for each other. So I knew Duran Duran well before I ever heard The Cure.
Yeah, me too.
So I may like The Cure more, but
I probably heard the Duran Duran 4 or 5 years before I heard The Cure. But
yeah, for sure. I mean, I don't remember actually hearing The Cure until Disintegration.
I heard The Cure for the first time when someone gave me for Christmas the Standing on a Beach cassette with the 25 songs on it, the 12 singles and the 13 B-sides or whatever. All right.
Cool.
See you next time on The Video Pros, home of the true mashup.
TRU.